Welcome to Attican Plays Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to a new series on Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. This is Series 3, Episode 1, and you might be wondering, why are we doing the third series? Because I got a new computer. To put it simply, I couldn't stand the lag. The lag was killing me. I was running it on low quality and it was just awful. So I went out and got a new computer, and now I'm running the game on the highest quality settings rather than the lowest. I am quite happy with that, and we shall see if we end up with lag later on, which I would not be very happy with. But I'm delighted to say we can keep going with the game because it really is a potentially great game. And I just say potentially because it really needs some... well, first of all, as I always, needs a mini map. For God's sake, give us a mini map. But beyond that, it just needs some tasks, objectives, some goals, some, reasons to play other than just building cities. Because, just building cities is fun for some people. But for me, it's, I can live without it. So what we're going to do here is we've got a fresh start. We're still going to use Kaizina. I'm just sort of fond of this area. You got Kaizina and Karadabag and Pardubaris, or whatever that is, up there. It's easy. They're all close by, easy access. We even got some more down this way. Essentially, you got some fairly nice, fairly flat land here. It's not as flat as I'd like it to be right in here, but we're going to fix that. So what we're going to do with this one is try to get into the construction business much, much earlier. In fact, and we'll try to see how far we can push the envelope and go construction as early as possible. So the plan is I'm going to set up a coal mine up here. Then down here in this area, probably maybe over this way a little bit, is going to be a city that processes coal ore. So we're going to build it close to the border. And I guess we could build it back here where we have been doing it, but we're going to build it right over in here where we had Refinery Ropey, if you'll remember, on the second playthrough. So we're going to use this area, and we're going to take a different tactic just to do something different. We're going to set up power, export power, and then export coal. Now, as many of you know, I'm originally from West Virginia. We're coal miners. West Virginians are. I never was. My dad was. So coal is a thing with us. So we are going to leverage coal, and I think what we're going to do here is take a resource, and in this case coal ore, and see what we can do with it to build an economy driven off of an abundance of that particular item that we're not importing. So we're going to have a nice productive coal mine set up, and then we're going to turn it into coal, and then we're going to export the coal, and we're also going to use the coal to create power, which we can export for money, and to do other things like bricks. We're going to go into the brick business early, and as I said, we're going to drive toward having some sort of solid set up for construction as early as possible, and we're going to drive towards self-sufficiency, and this is a biggie, we're going to try to plan out our rail network so that it can all be one big integrated network, and it's easy for us to move items around all over the place and take, like, for example, when we get to the point where we're making food, we want to be able to put that food, distribute that food to all our different cities, and we're going to do that as well. But we are going to kind of focus our build right in there in this one area to start with, the same area we've done before. So we're going to have a coal mine, and I'm seeing actually the city's going to be this way, and ideally I'd like to have the coal mine so that the road for it can run down here and get down pretty quickly into kind of a city area. And we shouldn't have any problem moving using conveyors to move the coal ore off the mountain any way we want it to go. And I just wanted to check something to see if there's any... No, well, No, not really. All right, so but we know there's excellent coal all through. Well, wow. In fact, I'm not sure why we would. I was going to start right there, but I'm not sure why we would do that when we could start. My word. We could start back maybe right there. Is that a better seam? Yeah, it seems like it is, pun intended. Yeah, let's just go right about here. All right, and we're going to need a construction. First of all, we don't need to be wasting precious money right now on terraforming. So let's. And you notice I've got some of the system sounds turned on. Tell me if you like that or not. I've also tried to turn on the music, but it's just so flippin' loud that you can't hear anything. I put it on the lowest setting. It's either off or it's loud. That seems to be the two options. And maybe I could turn my speaker down. I don't know. I'll play with it some more and try to get some music. But I've never been a big music. Actually, the Tropico series is the only music I ever really have left on any game. And let's do our usual 7 excavators and 5 bulldozers. And that should get us some nice freebie terraforming. And now we can get going. With our coal mine. Now the challenge with this is going to be, if we put it up here, it looks like a really good seam. But if we put it up there, it could be a real challenge to get the road down through there. We'll see what we can do. And we can always terraform it. Yeah, that's on a cliff dropping straight off. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to have to make some level spot here at the minimum and then maybe run along the ridge to try to get down. And I plan on, as much as I can, taking advantage of, the nifty new computer that can handle the processing and show you more gameplay and talk through concepts as I go, but show you more of the actual gameplay rather than catching you up with stuff I did off camera. I think most people, you let me know in the comments what you prefer, but I think most people would prefer seeing the gameplay. So I'm going to try to stick with that as much as makes sense. I may regret it already here with this though. Now, how in the world? Wow. Oh, okay. Guess we just have to patiently wait on this terraforming to give us a flat enough spot to get our road started. In fact, I'm going to try this one. It's going to level everything to that middle spot, which is right about the height of our coal mine. So hopefully we can get a level path around the coal mine. Or level area. And at least get started. If we can get started, we can work our way down the hill. It may be painful, but we can do it. Okay, we finally have connected to the coal mine. Now the question is, which way do we go? That's going to be a big job. That has more promise. Whoa. Okay, it's a long way up there so far. So we want to build, we're going to need to have housing for this. I don't want to go through flattening the whole mountaintop. We could do that to put a coal or housing up here, but we definitely want to have it at least here and pick up the highway or the the dirt road. Now let's just run this thing all the way to Kaizena. Okay, so now we have an established break right there. I think that's just poor graphics. I don't think that's a problem with the road. No. Okay. All right. So now that kind of tells us where we need to have some housing in here in this wooded area, and then we need to have. Then they need to be able to get to a downtown, or we need to give them everything they need. So I think what I'd like to do in general is build local neighborhoods. They seem to be the most reliable. So let's just, I don't think there's any way to get off this without a bridge anywhere until we get way out here. No. All right, so there, we've got a line in the sand. Let's put in our housings. All right, so I'm thinking what I'd like to do is have at least 4 coal ore processors. And then we could build the downtown. I mean, our downtown could be here just as easily as it could be anywhere else. So we could put downtown here with cinema, hospital, what have you. We could put in our housing that's going to take a bus to go up to the coal mine here. Again, downtown here within walking distance for these people. Then we can build around the downtown. So one good way to do your housing blocks is to kind of define an area, kind of your central downtown, and then build around it. Stack your houses obviously around it. That's a good way to do it. And let's try that. Let's see what we can come up with if we do the shopping center. And I think I want to get in the habit of putting a warehouse connected kind of in downtown, in each of our downtowns that we build. Let's put in a central warehouse. And let's just build around that. And in fact, we're going to do some flattening. This area, I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do some flattening. So let me show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll probably fast forward through this because this is going to be boring. I'm going to take a steel mill and start flattening until we have a nice big flat area to build in. So basically, you just hold it down until it turns green. Then you move it over to as far as you can, still yellow, and you just keep repeating that process. Over and over until you have a nice big flat area. So I'll be with you momentarily. You know what? I'm getting tired of that. That's already boring. That's as boring as it can be. We're not going to flatten that earth. We're just going to work around it. This is ridiculous to sit here and flatten stuff for ages. All right, so let's get back to this. All right, so we want 4 coal ore processing plants. We want to have the cinema, fire station, hospital. Kindergarten's hard to say right now. We'll see. Possibly as many as 4. 6 playgrounds. I think we're going to have school off in a separate area. So we'll have sorry, I'm thinking. Bad thing for me, but I think we're going to have a cinema, a fire station, a shopping center with the warehouse, a pub, and a couple, 1 or 2 kindergartens. I'm thinking of what the downtown is going to look like, and a university. We're going to go for a university as early as we can, so that we don't have any uneducated workers, and it'll also give us the ability to immigrate cheaper Western Bloc people if we decide to go that route. Let's see. So the downtown would actually not be supporting this at all. It would be cinema, fire station, hospital, pub, and shopping center. And a university. I don't think we can afford to go with. Yeah, nobody will own any electronics, so there's no point in putting in a radio station yet or a TV station. University shopping center. Sorry, playgrounds. Da da da. Okay, so we would need 15 of the bigger buildings. We would need 15. Let's find something smaller. Something around 100. How big are those? Oh, those are beautiful, nice and small. 97. Let's use the 97 as our base. So we'll do 90 buildings size 97. 30 of those suckers. So we can put 30 in here and staff all this up and have a nice downtown. And let's plan on having our downtown built around a large railroad station. A train platform. Downtown. Downtown is going to be here. There's our downtown. We're going to run electrified track everywhere because we're going to be producing power fairly early. Okay. And this is going to be the center of our town. A little too much vodka in the surveyor's coffee mugs here. Let's try this again. That's close enough for jazz right there. Okay, so let's put our shopping center right smack downtown. Right in the middle. And then we're going to have a warehouse attached to it, if I haven't messed it up with that road. Yeah, good, good, good. A warehouse attached to it. And we'll want the ability for our trains. Now, question. Do we want dedicated passenger lines and freight lines? Answer. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we will have a line that comes in like so. In fact, it can come over here and parallel this track. And we've got to follow our 6 ton rule. And put our track out far enough. Like so. There are 6-ton rule in the other direction, which looks like it's just past the road. That's good. Pardon me. We will chain in and use our single exit out. And again, on these passenger ones, we'll be running shorter trains that can turn around completely within the station itself. Chain in and single exit out. Beautiful. And this one will have, I'm giving enough room on both sides because I don't know yet which direction we might be coming into that thing. Same over here. I don't know if we'll be coming in from the left and going back out that way, or if we'll be passing through or what, but we're going to design it so that it can do either one. Beautiful. Okay. Now, unfortunately, all that track clutters up our downtown quite a bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll deal with it. So this is the shopping center. We need a cinema. Huh. And that cinema will just happen to fit right between our 2 sets of track. Hopefully they'll have excellent soundproofing. All right, so and we want to be able to get across those tracks. People can walk across there, no problemo. Okay. And a pub. We would like a pub central downtown. Okay. And the hospital. We want the hospital central downtown. Oh, and another thing I wanted to share with you is remember in our first playthrough, we learned the lesson that if you're going to play on the hardest settings, which we do, you have to have a sorry, I'm having a hard time getting down. There's the hospital. You have to have the cinema to keep from losing your culture. Well, Matt has pointed out, he's done some observations in his own gameplay, and I have seen the same thing in our first two playthroughs, that these hospitals, I think it's a balancing opportunity for the developers. The hospitals just simply will not cover, with 7 ambulances fully loaded in there and plenty of staff, they will not cover the area that they could actually impact. So the actual influence, this thing could, in theory, cover way out like this in a big circle, but it actually will not. So we're going to, in this build more hospitals, because I don't want a declining population, which is, I think, exactly what we've been getting with the first two playthroughs. We have moments where we're declining in population when we absolutely should not be, and doing way more immigration than we really should have to do. All right, so hospital, the fire station will go down here somewhere, but it doesn't have to be right downtown. And we definitely want parks down here on our schools. We're going to want to put schools close by to get to and a technical university close by to get to. So let's think about all right, so I have to fast forward through this piece just because there was a bunch of background noise and I can't really edit it out without messing up my sound or having to re-record everything. So just bear with it. I'm just throwing down 20 houses to supply the top part up there, the downtown, and then putting in the pathing to try to get them all to connect. And the main thing is that all the downtown needs to be able to walk to the shopping center. That's if we have that set so that all those downtown buildings, the ones above the railroad track, can walk to the shopping center, then we're in good shape with the build up there. And then we'll later make sure we have kindergartens so that they're all covered with kindergarten. And then later on you'll see what we do with buses to kind of tie it all together and allow everybody to go to school. Okay, so this bus platform needs to be able to take passengers to all the schools and the university, which it can do. All right. So what we'll need are bus stations to take people from over here into here to go to school. And we'll use the similar thing wherever we end up coming off this hill and putting in our coal or processing and the neighborhood for that neighborhood will have a bus station that goes down here as well for students, and it will have a train station, I think. Will it have a train station? No. It will have a bus station to take people down here to this station as well so that they can walk over here to the shopping and then do all their downtown stuff. Okay, so there's our first. No. All right. Only thing we're missing now, the people who are going to work here. So each Oh, and we're missing kindergartens and playgrounds. Let's put kindergarten. Here. Here. Now, let's see our kindergarten coverage. Okay, and this one. Okay, and this one. All right. So once we put housing in for this area, and a bus stop up here that hopefully can catch everybody. Let's just see if that's possible. And we'll need another one on this side. So we need 160 and 15, 175 times 3, 300, about 500-ish people to man this. And I think we can live right along here and get along famously. And, and we could give them even a bus stop. It would be, I tell you, a great enhancement to this game to me would be bus stops. not bus stations, but bus stops where you put a little station or a stop along the way and different places where people could gather and pick up buses, and the buses would run on routes and stop at all those places. I think that would be an improvement in the busing implementation here, because having to build a full out station every time you want to cover an area is a bit much, and a small bus stop would do just fine. But if we put one right over here, we've got kind of a warped symmetry going on here. So let's do that. Let's put a small bus platform over here. And by the way, I'm going to change that right up there. I'll show, and right there. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, this road would not allow continuous traffic because this part's a bus stop and only buses could go through that part of it. So if we wanted to have continuous traffic, we would have to have a road that went around the bus stop, or have the bus stop offset from the road, which is what I think I'd prefer. Okay, so this bus stop and this one will all pick up passengers and students and drop them off right here. And these people, no, these people don't exist yet. People out here, what did we say? How many people you need in a school? 10, 30, 60, 90, 390. About 400 people, 400. So 4 of these guys should be good. So, and all these should be able to work to, they can get to all the schools and the university and the kindergarten. Sure enough. Okay, good deal. So let's review what we've got here. We've got a downtown station with a train station, and that train station is really set up for other builds that we're going to do coming around. So that train station doesn't even need to be built right away. But the rest of it does, because that gives us an education system that we can feed, and we don't need all the schools right off the bat. But I do think I want to build the university right away. And actually, I'm going to go through and suspend everything except the houses. I want to build the housing. I've had some thoughts about construction. All right, so where are we? All right, so we've got a downtown. We don't have a fire station. We need one. And we can put it right there. Okay, fire station right there. That no one can walk to. Why is that? Okay, we get workers for the fire station. All right. So we've got a downtown. We've got fire protection on all the buildings. They all have either a road or a path connection. Remember, our fire trucks can go down a path to get to a building if they need to. And our construction vehicles can do the same thing. They don't have to have a road. And yeah. All right, there's our downtown and education system. We'll start construction on that, and we're not going to worry about creating construction materials. We'll just import them all. We're pretty close to the border here. I'm going to set up construction right here. We'll set that up in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Workers and Resources Soviet Republic video. Thank you.